UFC welterweight Joaquin Buckley went on a really fiery rant on Instagram Live not too long ago. Fiery, but really motivating. Really motivating. I found what he said interesting, especially what he had to say about Belal Muhammad. Of course, his rant overall was about what he is doing moving forward, and his eyes are obviously on the title. And who has the title right now? It's Belal Muhammad. He does believe that Belal Muhammad will beat JDM in their title fight happening soon, and I agree with him on that. I think Belal Muhammad will beat JDM, mostly by way of ground game, but still, he gives Belal Muhammad the win. What was interesting is what he had to say specifically about Belal Muhammad as a fighter, and especially why he has Belal Muhammad beating a really great boxer in JDM. It's simply because of the mainstream MMA media and mainstream MMA fans' take on Belal Muhammad. The UFC doesn't like him. Most MMA fans don't like him. The media, to some extent, does not like him. A lot of people do not like Belal Muhammad, don't believe that he deserves the belt, and they don't even believe he deserves to be one of the top guys at welterweight, if not the UFC in general. That has the ability in itself to light such a fire under Belal's ass. When everybody's doubting you, that is the best opportunity for you to simply just outshine every other motherfucker in the game. Negativity breeds success, and it's a hard concept to really get. Like there's always been that metaphor about a concrete rose, how a rose grows from the concrete, and not a lot of plants can really grow from concrete, obviously. It's just about, like another one, pressure makes diamonds. Like a lot of negativity just kind of concentrated around you has the potential, not all the time, but does have the potential to make you levels better than you once were. And I think that's what we're witnessing with Belal Muhammad. Everybody doubts this motherfucker. His nickname is Remember the Name, which I know is not the best nickname to choose, especially in the situation you're in. A lot of people don't believe that he is the true champion. A lot of people don't believe that he should be remembered or talked about in the mainstream. They say they forget the name. They say, what's his name? Nothing similar to Remember the Name. They don't remember the name. A lot of people don't want to remember Belal's name, and that in itself is enough to make Belal show up every day and work 200%. Work himself to 200%. Beyond 100%, but beyond what your body is capable of. You use your mind to bring your body to limits unknown. That's what Belal seemingly does. I can't say that for sure because I don't train under Camp Khabib. I don't train with Khabib. Belal trains with Khabib. I haven't seen Belal in camp. I'm not in Belal's camp. But what Joaquin Buckley brought up, because Buckley said a version of what I'm saying to you guys now. What Joaquin Buckley brought up is important. It's really, really insightful that he sees what is going on with Belal Muhammad. That all the doubt that people are just spewing on him day after day is making Belal better and better. Belal is incredibly well-rounded and showed levels above Leon Edwards at his own game. Leon is known for striking. He's known for, being like a patient striker and utilizing long punches and long strikes to keep people at bay and just pick apart. He does that. Belal was able to just fucking bum rush him on the feet, get him to the ground, and just little boy him, son him, if you will. And Belal has a great potential. He has great potential to do the same shit to JDM, in my opinion, at least. JDM is one of the best boxers I have seen yet in the UFC. So it will not be easy for Belal on the feet. But when it comes to the ground, if Gilbert Burns was able to fucking do a lot on the ground to JDM Belal Muhammad should be able to do the same shit that Gilbert Burns did, but better. And that's just because I believe that Belal Muhammad's ground game is better than Gilbert Burns. Don't get me wrong. Gilbert Burns is a legendary ground game guy, okay? His jiu-jitsu is great. Belal is training that fucking Russian Sambo mix, man. He's with Khabib. He's learning from Khabib. I don't know how tight he's with Khabib right now, but, looking at his previous fights especially, He's been taking a lot of stuff out of Khabib's notebook. Okay, Khabib has been telling him a lot of stuff. That's going to help you. You know, that's a really big advantage, and I'm sure it's an advantage that Belal is going to take advantage of against a, you know, a fundamental boxer like JDM, a guy who has boxing as more so of a base than ground game stuff. You know, JDM is not a baby in the woods when it comes to ground game. Don't get me wrong about that. But, you know, there is going to be a disparity when it comes to the ground game. There's going to be a separate, you know, a strong juxtaposition, if you will, in skill, a strong difference in skill. I think it's going to be a blatant showing of a strong difference in skill when it comes to the ground in this fight. I think Belal's going to have an easier time dominating when it comes to ground game. And that's going to be, you know, that's going to now, like, JDM's then going to have to be responsible for keeping the fight off the ground, using that stellar boxing that I know he has. JDM's got great boxing, but so does Belal. Belal's boxing is improving steadily, and I'm sure it will improve another great amount come this fight. So I applaud Buckley for seeing that. So let me get back to Buckley. Buckley went on this rant. He acknowledged everything that I just said about Belal, and that is why Buckley has given me a lot of belief in him. I'm starting to believe more in Buckley because he's seeing these things. He's recognizing. He's reading between the lines when it comes to opponents, when it comes to his future, because he knows that about Belal. He's going to play to Belal's weaknesses. He's going to acknowledge what people have been ignoring about Belal. And I think that's going to take away some of the fire from Belal, because Belal doesn't have that doubt from his opponent, you know. But that being said, JDM also has respect for Belal. I'm just saying that, you know, Belal's been getting a lot of hate, and if Buckley can come at this from a different kind of psychological perspective, where he's giving Belal a lot of praise and love, maybe he can fucking figure out some out of the box tactic that's gonna fuck up Belal's day. I don't know. I'm starting to believe in Joaquin Buckley. Of course, I got to see him fight a couple more fights against top guys for me to fully believe in the guy. But his fight against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was amazing. So, you know, Buckley is smart. He got really hyped after talking about Belal, talking about how he's going for the belt, how he needs to, you know, make that money for his family, provide for his family, achieve his dreams, everything. Fully supported. Joaquin Buckley's a stand-up guy, a strong guy, you know, pretty strong wrestler too. Them takedowns are vicious. His power is vicious. Ever since he made the change in weight class, it seems like he's been on a hell of a roll. And who really knows? Maybe the welterweight belt is really within the future of Joaquin Buckley. But only time will tell. All in all, let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn them damn notifications on, because YouTube is fucking with my viewership. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next.